I hope your effort to resolve the coral situation is meeting with success. You've brightened my day considerably. We should have the port in working order as soon as the remaining coral is cleared. Ah, before I forget, Atsura would like to see you at the Brass Citadel. Though he appears placid on the surface, Atsura is not a patient man.
At once. What can I do? Indeed. I'd be glad to.
What is it?
I'm here. Absolutely.
Did you find something? You have that look again. Well, that's a start. I found some unusual stains. I don't think they're blood, but they are rather odorous. So it is. But what would that be doing here?
Ah, one of the fierce tribes of the Huana cover themselves in this vile fruit. I have heard it grows thick at a place called Oriokoiki.
Of course. The same group we met on Motario Cozy, as I recall. I've heard they're aggressively isolationist. As for what that has to do with the leaden key... At least we know where to look next. I only wish we could find another hapless initiate with a spare hood. That symbol. It looks like the one we saw on the abandoned ship.
You keep turning up like a chipped Izada.
Something keeps drawing me back to Oreo Koiki, I say.
Don't let Awata hear you say that. You went into the jungle for animal hides, I say, and found yourself in an empty clearing. Akira, silence is wise. You turned around and retraced your steps back to your ship, where it was safe. Not if you cannot listen. If you came to blunt my teeth with chatter, try to keep it short. We remember the old compact with the Nekataka Queen. Do you have her treaty words? Akira, the Queen must be desperate to send you, I say. Rasare will be expecting you inside. Seeing as you've earned your way up from nuisance to guest, find me if you feel like trading. Akira, what now? Buparo is our mystic, convinced that the whole fortress will come crumbling down if he doesn't keep to his daily devotions. As for the rest, ask around. I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. You're in luck. I am the only one on the island who trades with outsiders.
I'd be glad to.
The handsome fish leaps into my net once again, I say.
Wata, how is my little Koiki?
Rotten, pugnant. All the reasons you didn't fight when I gave you back to the sea.
Akira, we were. Briefly and purposefully.
I did not think you'd swim back, fish.
I am here on business.
Not pleasure? Tell me what they have done with the true Takehu.
You are a delight as ever, I say. Keep the tribe safe, Owata.
It is what I do. You keep swimming, Takehu. It is what you do. The outsider must leave. Oreo Koiki will not be parceled off and bought with foreign lies. Only the handsome fish can stay.
Ruasari would never let that happen. Where is your confidence in our Ranga?
You are the problem. We do not track dirt in our home.
We are no better than the outsiders if our Mataru act like inhospitable savages. Where is the courtesy and welcome of the Wahaki?
If you have such love for outsiders, let this one speak for herself.
I will? I mean, Akira, I will.
If the outsider turns on us, I say I will drag you through Tangaloa's maw with me. For all our sakes, may I be proven wrong.
On behalf of those who remember our manners, welcome to Oreo Koiki. Akira, I say circumstances have made us rough around the edges. Outsiders come with cannons, nets, torches. They do not come to talk. We safeguard any land that the trading companies have not stolen out from under Anakaz's throne. The islands will fall if the tribes do not recall our past and Ngadi's covenant. Ngadi bade her followers to protect the islands, the tribes, and the luminous Adra. For this, she gave us the power to shape her domain. If we fail in our charges, the birthright of the Huana disappears. The Wahaki remember this. The Kahanga, they forget.
Some of us remember. What we choose to do with the memory is ours to decide.
We lost much of ourselves when cataclysm scoured the Deadfire. Somewhere among the islands, there's a place where we... Ikira, my apologies, but I should say no more. Ask. I am pleased to be making a new friend. She is our Ranga, and the strength of our tribe. I have never seen her without a mouthful of koiki. Even in battle, she wears a bandolier of fruit. A spirited, passionate, and very hungry woman is my Risare.
Kara, I doubt he even knows the meaning of the word.
I'm familiar with the foreign obsession with vows. When it strikes Risare's fancy that we should sleep under one roof, we do so vigorously. Some think I influence her judgment, but they have the wrong of it. My back is too fragile for the weight of authority, I say.
That mural. That's the same headdress Theos wore. Her face paint. You don't suppose...
I am the Ranga of this tribe, and will not hesitate to send your soul through Tangaloa's maw if you threaten my people. The chosen of Ngati is a welcome sight, I say.
Kara, my thanks to you, dear Ranga, though I bring you no omens this day.
You have the gift of our hospitality during this audience. Do not abuse it.
But will our hospitality be returned?
Tekehu, I say we have troubles enough without my people fighting over you.
Kara, just so. I will keep my hands to myself this time.
Mbeta softened his heart against outsiders. Akira, I will hear this one. The Queen sent you to remind us we are vassals. Is that all? Akira, outsiders know better than to draw close to Wahaki lands. We leave the symbol of the War Club as we have for generations. A warning, I say. A reminder.
That war club looks like a much older version of the leaden key insignia.
One which goes unheeded. Patience. More pressing matters command our attention. You have the peace of this court, but we are not here for idle chatter. You will speak of your intentions. Now. Queen. I am thinking you are very free with this meaningless outsider word. Foreigners hold the islands upside down, shaking them to loosen their riches. Onekaza gives them comfort. Akira, these are not the actions of a queen. Bah! Then she never should have let the foreigners take a step onto Deadfire soil. You think the queen is cunning, but she is on the brink of losing her power. The Kahanka queen shows her belly so that the enemy will overlook her claws. This is a worthy tactic. Valia and Rawatai are foolish enough to fall for it.
It is dangerous to make such a gamble with my people. We are more accustomed to these games than you.
Onekaza can enjoy her false sense of security for a bit longer.
Akira, you are as blind as your countrymen. Before I agree to Onekaza's terms, I must deal with a pest of my own. Not as large as the trading companies, but nearly as vicious. You are knowing that the purchase of foreign slaves is allowed in the Deadfire? Trading in Huana is a crime that even Onekaza could not ignore. To buy and sell kith is the work of monsters. These slavers hunt the waters around Oreo Kuiki. Like cowards, they shy away from the deeper jungle. They steal my people from their fishing boats and sell them like pigs at auction. Where is Onekaza to stop them? Someone must teach them the meaning of Wahaki vengeance, I say. We will get along well, I say. Our enterprising foes clump together in a small fortress on the tip of Crookspur Island, northwest of Nekataka. My love, Aparo, lost his sister to these creatures. Akira, more of us will vanish if we do not cut out the heart of Crookspur. Tangara, call off the warriors. I grant our guest the freedom of the jungle.
As you say, Ranga.
If you would come and go on Oreo Kuiki, prove yourself a friend of the Wahaki. I know only that they clang and clash like foreign names.
Your Excellency, I come to warn your people. Your presence among these ruins is an affront to the gods. You must remove yourself, lest you face the gods' wrath. The timeline of the gods is not for mortals to understand. But even their patience shall wear thin, especially after this warning. Your people cling tightly to their history. But where are these designs among your arts? Where is the carved Adra in your wooden huts? These places were not built by the Huana, but by an ancient people from a distant land. I have seen your murals, and I know that you will recognize this. It was my people who built these places, and now I come before you bearing their warning.
Why do you stare so? The Wahaki show outsiders that we know their deceitful face. My ancestor knew this face well. She recalled its every hateful curve to the Wahaki histories. We wear the bone-white grimace of our enemies and take power from it. I know only that they clang and clash like foreign names. Do not speak the name of those who felled mighty Ukaizo. Their spirits are unwelcome. We do not hide. We are protecting a way of life that others would trample under their boots. The trading companies would strip the land that the gods gifted us and unmake the works of our ancestors. There is much to protect in the Deadfire. Too much for any single tribe. The enemy of my enemy is still an outsider, but a resourceful one. You are knowing that the purchase of foreign slaves is allowed in the Deadfire? Trading in to buy these slavers. They steal my people from their We will get our enterprising foes. My love, Aparo.
Back there, with the chieftain. Did you see something? You look like you have something on your mind.
Diverus? That was the same story he told the Glanfathens. At least the Wahaki made him pay for his lie.
Then the Wahaki are the painted masks. They've been serving the Leaden Key's interests for 2,000 years without even knowing it. Though not, it seems, in the way Theos intended.
That is little comfort. They were still doing his bidding.
Is it? Belief is a curious thing. Once, the Wahaki believed they were guarding themselves against the Ingwithans, Theos' people. Yet over time, they became hostile toward all outsiders. But don't you wonder if bearing that message was part of what made Theos who he was? It's not just that the Wahaki misread Theos' original message. It fundamentally changed them. They went from being a large and well-connected tribe to a much smaller one defined by isolationism. You see all the ninnying I suffer from this lad? Right sure 'tis rattling around in his noggin. You know me too well. I've been chasing the leaden key, trying to undo the harm they've caused. But what if I'm only making matters worse? Might I be to blame? Have I made a grievous mistake in getting involved? When you put it that way, mine does sound like a rather flimsy excuse, doesn't it? Perhaps it was naive to think I could dismantle a 2,000-year-old organization in a single lifetime. But it's worth it to try. Indeed not. I've got Isilmir for that. The strange thing is, this whole ordeal has given me some sympathy for Theos. Not that I condone his actions, of course. But I can't imagine he thought he'd destroy an entire generation either. Well, not in the beginning, anyway. What I mean to say is, he thought he was doing the right thing. Even at the end. A prudent suggestion. At any rate, it will be a relief to move forward. It was always too comfortable to leave the hard decisions to others. To simply follow along. I only wonder now what sort of decision you'll have to make when we finally confront Aethys. A reasonable point. Anyway, thank you. This has lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Yes?
What can I do? Certainly.
Care to have a look? Right away.
What have we here?
Happily.
conflict in the air.
I'm stuck!
Worse and rough!
Of course. Just a moment, please. Hope that helps. I'll try my best. Stand together! Yeah!
The Alpha Predator! Worse and rough!
As one.
Just a moment, please. There you go. Shh. We're not supposed to talk with anyone. Who are you? An escaped slave? I don't want to get in trouble. You're sure? What if it dead ends, or there's spiders, or we have to swim for it? I'm not a good swimmer. All right. Yeah. It'd be worse if we stayed here. We'll go quiet as we can.
I smell conflict in the air.
I'm no help here!
Fall to battle.
It's all right.
Got someone? My sights.
Lavaru beyond seek.
It's no use.
You there, stranger. Help us. We are not fit to be here. Come closer. That's it. Just a step more, little bird. Quit? I was hardly speaking to you, God's chosen. Highly above! Damn it, wait! Thank Andra's sweet tides. Forgive me, stranger, but you must help us. If you could, I mean. Who are you? A buyer, maybe? But down here? I haven't seen you before, so you don't work for the slavers. You've made it this far and haven't been skewered by an ogre. Yet. Perhaps you can free us. Me and the others are keeping tabs on their patrols. I know their schedules, and their weaknesses. We can handle ourselves if you can get us out of this cell. The Wahaki are rarely beaten. Our captors carefully set an ambush against us. Even so, me and my hunters felled 12 of their men. They will not survive our retribution. I will personally take the Taskmaster's anchor and use it to rip out his entrails. Open the cell and witness the Wahaki's best warriors in action. The big dumb one, the Taskmaster. He stomps around near the stairs that will take us to the fort's upper floor. Ready to skin some slavers? I know I'm ready for revenge. I would rather die than risk awakening again in chains. If we don't slaughter every last slaver, my tribe will never be safe. Your offer is noble, but I can't entrust this task to another. Me and mine will make our way to the courtyard, gutting any slavers we find. The chaos should help you reach the Master. What say? Are you ready? We'll await your signal. For as long as we can. Ready to skin some slavers? I know I'm ready for revenge. Me and mine will make our way to the courtyard, gutting any slavers we find. The chaos should help you reach the Master. What say? Are you ready?
I smell conflict in the air.
There's our weapon!
Be careful. You didn't need
Lava.
at once. Of course. Interesting.
I see trouble.
Both to battle. Right between the eyes.
This will not do!
Yes.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Second try, I say!
Forth to battle!
Stand together! Yes? Of course.
And then you... I don't know how or why you killed them, but I do thank you. Truly? You mean it? I can never thank you enough for such kindness. Gods, where should I go? I've nothing to my name but these clothes. And my freedom. Because of this? I understand. Thank you. I will tell them you sent me.
Indeed. Happily. At once.
I found my spine on the Deadfire line. Everywhere, hey,
Got someone in my sights. Saving the eyes.
Off to battle.
Worth and rough!
Is that necessary? Very well. What can I do? Indeed. I'd be glad to.
Crookspur is a blight on the archipelago. I pray that Ngati drags the island down with both claws. What say? What say? If those parasites drew their final breaths, I would hear of it. While Onakaza plays at diplomacy, we are the spear in the guts of our enemies. I have come to expect troubling news from outsiders. Today is no different, but at least you bring me a tale for my grandchildren. Tell Onakaza that the Wahaki accept her authority. If the time comes when she needs to show foreigners the breadth of her power, we will be there. The hospitality of the Wahaki is yours. Respect our ways, and cause no trouble.
Greetings, my fellow captain. Captain Thanek at your service. Allow me to be the first to welcome you aboard my humble vessel, the deck of many things. Below you will find merchants from every corner of Aora, each vending an assortment of wares both rare and unusual. Lest you think us easy marks, know that we have bested pirates and monsters of every sea. Cross us, and we'll be adding your shiniest bits and pieces to our inventory, and your bodies to Andra. But let it not come to that. Please come below, my new friends, and explore what the deck offers.
Yes, absolutely.
Ado, and welcome, Aimika. Might I interest you in a new cloak? Perhaps gloves of the finest cut? A belt interwoven with incantations? Oh, it shows then. I'm afraid I'm still rather new to this. The slightest squall leaves me green for days. My ancestors, they would laugh me out the door. Back in Velia, I apprenticed to the famed weaver, Selana Mezquinetra. She sent me to accompany a rather important shipment to the Republics. It was to be a grand adventure. Instead, the ship foundered, and only the grace of Andra and the sudden appearance of the deck spared me a sodden grave. That was 2 years ago, I think. You mean like where it came from? Afraid not, friend. I rather suspect Andra herself of birthing it from the depths to fish out the few things she'd rather not see lost to the sea. I will fetch my chalk.
Greetings. I assume Fennec explained our little floating trading floor, so I'll cut through the fat. I'm Sautara, purveyor of fine armors and weapons, whether for kith or ship. What are you in the market for? He is, isn't he? Looks like a junk now, but that's mostly my doing. Underneath the decades of patches and filth, there's some truly strange shit. Copper, Audra, Adiran runes, Valian pipes. Best guess is that he came out of old Engwith, modified over the millennia by whoever crewed him. I wanted to rename him the Junky Junk of Junk, but Fennec wouldn't have it. Trust me on that. I know him inside and out. A question I ask myself often. The simple version is that the deck dropped anchor in Rawatai looking for a blacksmith. I was a blacksmith looking to get out of Rawatai. Didn't know a Bolin from a Baleen at the time, but you learn fast at sea or you sink. Considerably more complicated and entirely none of your business. Peruse at your pleasure.
Finding everything to your liking, Captain? Isn't it, though? And older than any of us aboard to boot. So Tara keeps the old tub looking like new, more or less. You might have noticed the Engwithan imagery in the beams, or the copper wiring. I suspect the deck, the hull at least, dates back to that ancient fabled empire. Not that I'd make any grand claims about its import. Probably just an old merchant craft lucky enough to survive whatever brought Engwith low. Not just the decks, but the hull and the masts too. I came to Adir a century gone by now and boarded the deck as a wee lad. A stowaway even. Might have thrown me overboard, the old captain, were it not for the shine. Few sailors go seeking Andrazire, Was the first time my being godlike had caused me aught but suffering. I don't doubt you've had your own share of troubles by them. Aye, I sell the finest enchanted objects in the Deadfire. Will cost you a shilling or 60, but quality comes at a price. Nothing but the best aboard the deck.